up, guys? So it has been a minute since I've last done a video outside of my motor video, and it is mainly because I did switch softwares to Premiere. I've always been on Final Cut. I wanted to get more into using After Effects and Premiere. I did a job like a few months back where they basically gave me a free copy of Real Steady, and I've been wanting to get into doing more Real Steady work and everything on my flights and my channel just in general. So I thought it would be good to make the switch over to using Adobe After Effects and Premiere and everything. So yeah, it took me about 2 weeks to figure it out. I didn't want to make a video until I had it dialed in, and I didn't want to go back to Final Cut just to get videos out as a crutch. So I feel a lot better knowing I could do these things on Premiere. My motor video that I did was on Premiere. It was just simple, it was cut, but at least I could kind of efficiently go through the program, and I'm pretty stoked on that as well. But yeah, we'll talk more about like using all that stuff, and maybe you'll see some more Real Steady videos and things in the future, but that's a different topic. Today's topic, I wanted to go over something that's been bothering me a bit lately on some flights and everything. So you see, like in these 2 weeks I've been gone, I've still been recording and like doing stuff in my shop thinking I was going to be able to edit everything, and I didn't. So I have a lot of footage. I don't know how I'll piece that together, but maybe I'll figure it out. I'll save it though. I have most of it saved, but I'll save the rest of it. Anyways, a little rambling there. I want to get into a problem I've been having where I've been catching myself while I'm doing it, and it has to do with antenna direction. Antenna direction while you're flying is a very, very important thing for getting good reception to your video goggles. One thing that I see a lot, usually with amateur pilots, and just I see it once in a while in videos too of guys that have been flying for a really long time, and I still see that they do this, and guys that I've gone out and fly with, and they have their head down when they're flying. I think Steele kind of like went over this like 2 weeks ago a little bit in his like stand up versus sit down video. I'll link that one above. And I've caught myself doing this quite a bit recently to where I'm flying like this, but my head's down like this. So my diversity module here, my antennas are basically pointing down. And then like antennas that we use when we're flying, you usually have your two antennas. You have a omnidirectional antenna. This is the one, it basically works like a mushroom on top of your antenna here. So imagine like there's a dead spot in the middle, so it won't be directional if you're facing it this way. But if you're flying behind you and in front of you and to the sides, this is what you want to use, because this is getting like that donut effect around you. This is the coverage that you're getting from that. We have more things like linear, like patch antennas. I got a patch antenna somewhere. Like stuff like this. This is what I normally have on my diversity, which I use. And this is when you want like a straight line going out to something, like you're climbing up a hill, you're going to the moon, something like that. You want to be able to point this at the direction you're flying. And usually you have like a ground station, and you have like your patches like pointed out in the direction that you're flying, so you get full coverage of your video feed coming right back to your antennas. Now when you're wearing goggles like this and it's facing down to the ground, it doesn't really do much help. And a good way to share this example, and I'm going to show you guys now, is I'm basically going to put a what is this? Like, this is like one of the little newbie drone, what do they call these things? I forget. Acro B, I think this one's called. Yeah, I'm basically going to turn this guy on. We're going to just, I don't know, throw it in a tree outside or something or whatever. And I'm going to show you the difference between what this antenna is going to do at the right position that you have it at, what this guy's going to do at the right position that you have it at, and what they can do if you have both of them together, which should give you a pretty awesome signal. So yeah, a lot of people usually don't pay attention to their antennas and like what things are going. They just know, hey, I gotta buy two antennas. It's what everybody else is doing that I'm seeing. I gotta screw them onto my receiver, and go fly and everything's going to be alright. But let me tell you, when you're flying up a mountain and you're flying to the right and you're looking to the ground and to the left, yeah, I think I did those backwards, I'm not sure. You're going to be in some issues with some video. So yeah, let's get to the big screen and let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, let me plug this guy in so we could do this. Should be getting video on here. There we go. And I'm just going to put this somewhere kind of behind something here. So that way I could get some video loss on here, because I'm only going to be like through a couple walls in another room. This guy's going to bounce in and out until it locks in on something. And I got the Omni and the patch. So right now, facing backwards from it, I should be able to get some video. So I have somewhat of a video here locked in to the Omni, which is this side here. This is antenna A, that it should be locking into. Let's see. And it's bouncing back and forth. It's having a little bit of trouble. Here, let's turn this way. This patch should get right in on it. Okay, so see, now we're on the patch antenna. So this is what I'm saying. If you have the patch antenna directly at it, you're always going to get some video, because we have a straight shot going towards it. If I turn around, it's having trouble getting the video, because you're basically losing the signal from the patch. So yeah, Omni's good for everything around in a circle. Patch is good for a straight line of sight. Now let's see what happens if I take this guy off of here. And we're solely relying on the Omni antenna. I have this guy like straight up and down. It's trying. This antenna, this is an old antenna. I mean, I don't know if it's kind of messed up, but it's having a little bit of trouble. There it goes. So see, this diversity takes a second to lock in on it, but it's not a very good picture, because, I mean, yeah, we got to go through some walls, a lot of Wi-Fi in here, things like that. Probably really bad on the whole noise situation. But if we put this guy back on, boom, we got video again. It'll lock in right here. See, now it's trying to lock back in. This diversity screen kind of sucks. But yeah, so that's basically how these two work. You gotta have the antennas going in the right direction for it to find out what you want. I just took this guy off so it will just lock in on the one. It's not bouncing around. But you could see when I had my back turned, this one is a little bit better to use. This guy, oh, he's a little sensitive guy. He's good for a line of sight. So if I'm facing this way, I'm obviously gonna lose video. But if I turn back this way, I'm gonna get my video back. So, and that's basically what I'm showing you guys. One other good thing to do is, if you ever have diversity and you have lost your quad, put on a patch antenna like this, and it kind of works as like a homing device, to where you're like, okay, going over here, it's definitely not that way. If I go this way, it's not that way. But hey, I got picture going this way, I know I should start walking. Alright, so I try to explain that the best way possible that I could. So if you're new into this hobby and you get a diversity receiver for your goggles, or you get some goggles that have them built in, don't think that that's like the game changer and all of a sudden you're going to be able to just always see everything because of the diversity. A lot goes into the antennas that you're using. Make sure you use the right antennas, and most importantly, make sure that you are tracking your quad with those antennas. If you're flying higher terrain up into the mountains or going in between walls or things like that, understand that all those things come into effect with getting good video to your goggles. So yeah, even if you're experienced like myself and kind of like falling off the bandwagon in the last couple weeks and haven't been able to go out and fly, and you're getting bad habits and you're not tracking your quad when it's going up in the hills, and you got to remind yourself to do these things, it always helps as a little refresher just to remember that, you know, this is just a receiver and that is just a transmitter, and they need to basically be able to talk to each other. And if one has its back turned, then it's going to have a little bit of trouble talking to the other person. So yeah, that was a weird analogy, but I think it works. Anyways, hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully it's a good reminder to you guys to make sure that you keep your head up, you keep your eyes, your goggles, whatever it is that gives you that little bit of a reminder to track it on the quad, and you guys get good video. So yeah, until tomorrow, since I'm kind of back doing this, I think I got everything figured out. I will see you guys. You guys take care. Peace. P.S. My motors, they're available over at Newbie Drones now in the U.S. So if you don't want to wait for that like long shipping time and everything, just head over there. They'll take care of you. It'll get to you super fast.